There's a movie that's out.
It's not a movie, it's a television series.
Tell us about the TV
Tell
series.
us about the TV series. This is going to kill me. I'm going to get back to it. Okay. Hello Tomorrow, which is the new Apple
exclamation mark.
Yes. Hello Tomorrow, exclamation mark. Apple TV show created by Amit Bhalla and Lucas Janssen. The setting is a kind of future retro 50s, not unlike that of Don't Worry Darling. You remember in Don't Worry Darling, like late 50s, early 60s, like they're all driving those, cars with fins, sharp suits, all the rest of it. So here, sharp suits, diners, milkshake bars, jukebox songs.
Not in this country, it wasn't.
No, but it's
drab.
Yeah, here it was just
Hillman Imps and a Wimpy.
I had a Hillman Imp was one of my first cars. My first car, in fact, was a Hillman Imp. So
an extravagant night out was a Wimpy with one of those bent sausages, which is around a tomato.
And then for the pudding, a rum barber.
Yeah, and a prawn cocktail to start. Anyway,
a bang and a wimpy and a bang, which is is it Attila the stockbroker? Anyway, so everything is like that, except for the fact that the 50s cars with the fins, they hover. They don't have wheels. And when you go to the milkshake bar, you're served by a robot. And there is a robot delivering the mail. And very, very early on, there's a kind of very dark gag about a robot delivering the mail. The beginning, we meet a guy in a diner or a bar nursing his sorrows, having a beer. In comes Billy Crudup's Jack. And he starts talking to him, and you realise immediately he's a salesman. But what's he trying to sell him? Because this guy, he's broken on the wheel of fortune. What's he trying to sell him? He's trying to sell him a condo on the moon, an apartment on the moon. And it's, okay, pardon? But this is the, get away from all of this. Look at the brochure. Look, it's got, it's got the pool, it's got the thing. All the troubles of Earth will be left behind. And you will once again be the man of the house. The family will be reunited. He then, they're coming to the town in which he used to live. He meets Joey, who is a young buck who is caring for his mother, in whom Jack sees something of himself in this young upcoming kid. So he takes him under his wing. Now, he does literally see something of himself. And I don't want to give away anything about the plot. I mean, a lot of this is in the first episode, but it's good to sort of go in, cold. But essentially what they're doing is they're selling a dream of the future. But it rapidly becomes clear that they're selling a dream. They're not selling a reality. So there's a kind of, do you remember Glengarry Glen Ross?
I know of it.
Okay, so Glengarry Glen Ross, which is all about selling, and the thing that they're all to sell is Glengarry Glen Ross, which is this idyllic piece of which from the beginning is it's an idea, it's not a thing, it's an idea that they're selling, and so it's really, on the one hand, it's about the dream of the moon. On the other hand, it's about salesmanship. Billy Crudup is absolutely terrific as that salesman. He's got the smile that, he's got a fantastic smile anyway, but he's got the smile that on the one hand, it's kind of reptilian and creepy, but on the other hand, it's utterly winning. And everything about the way he presents himself, he's a bit ducking and diving, but he seems like a straight up guy. At one point, somebody says, "Yeah, you're a salesman. I know that you're untrustworthy because you're a salesman." And he says, "No, you have to understand when you're selling things, you're not selling the product, you're selling yourself. So you have to be a stand-up guy, otherwise, you've got nothing to sell." Like the product he's selling, there is a central lie about his life. The cast is Hank Azaria, Shirley Steadman, Duchesne Williams, Matthew Mayer. There's Jackie Weaver turns up, and of course with an "and" Jackie Weaver, as she deserves. I love the design of the thing. I mean, the same way as, my problem with Don't Worry Darling is you go, I love the way that place looks. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the design of it, but I also like the slow burn of the series. I've watched 7 episodes now. I just said to Simon Poole, look, I'm really, really busy. I'll watch 2. I did 7, which is always the kind of, okay. I mean, they're a half hour, they're not overly long episodes, but I just, I kept on watching. I like the way that it's darkly comedic. There's a long riff a little bit further on down the line about somebody who comes to believe that drinking milkshakes can in fact affect gambling odds. And that's a kind of like a side gag that's going on against the central story. And I like the gradual revelation about what people are actually signing up to. But if Don't Worry, Darling was a gender satire, and I think a very flawed gender satire, this is a satire on capitalism and on the American dream. I kept thinking of that thing from Now Voyager, Don't Ask for the Moon, We Have the Stars. The fact that people talk about shooting for the moon, reaching the moon, lassoing the moon in It's a Wonderful Life. You want me to lasso the moon for you, Mary, all that stuff. There is something about the moon that is, it's the dream. It's a mythical thing. It's, you can't, what's that line in Shine On You Crazy Diamond, you reach for the moon too soon. There is a brilliant idea of what the moon is that this taps into, when actually what it's doing is it's a thing about late stage capitalism and consumerism, and the fact that no matter what you have, you always want more, and you always believe that there is a thing that is just beyond your grasp. I mean, the other interesting thing about it is, like I said, that future retro environment. This is a vision of America, of a future retro 50s, 60s America, in which there's no racial division at all. The characters are multicultural, and nobody ever makes any reference to it at all. So it's, in some ways, the version of the society that it's imagining is more egalitarian. Yet what it's really about, at least as far as I can tell from the 7 that I've watched, is it is about that grasping. The thing that you want will always be just beyond your grasp. I'm really enjoying it, and I really didn't know what I was signing up to at the beginning. I had no idea that it was anything to do with the moon at all. So when he first started saying he's selling...
What's the appeal of the moon anyway? I mean, it's like there's nothing there.
I just literally spoke for 2 minutes about what the appeal of the moon was.
I know, but I still don't get what the appeal of the moon is.
It's because it's a thing. It's a dream. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. It's a thing.
If I'm selling it to you, then I want your money.
Yes. So it's not okay. All your problems are down here on Earth, right? Here, everything is difficult. Everything is tough. Go to the moon, right? We've built a new community on the moon. All those problems will be left behind. At one point, he has to say to the young guy that he's taken under his wing, your problems will follow you to the moon. When he's trying to put him off going, he says, the problems that you have here, they will be with you on the moon. It's like that idea about a new start, a new life, put everything behind you and go somewhere else. But as you said, but it's the moon.
That's why a lot of holidays are always disappointing, because you're thinking, this is going to be great. And then all the stuff that makes life difficult normally is you take with you.
The greatest line in Stranger Than Paradise, it's incredible. You come all this way and it's exactly the same.
There you go. Anyway, so where can I find Hello Tomorrow?
It's on Apple TV. Is it called Apple TV Plus?
It is.
So I'm on Apple TV Plus. And like I said, the biggest recommendation I can give you is, I think Billy Crudup is terrific, but I sat down for 2 episodes, and halfway through episode 8 yesterday, because I've done 7, I was upstairs at your house. I thought, I have to sleep. It's like 12 o'clock now, and we have to be up early in the morning. I think you'll really like it. It looks fantastic. They have not skimped on the production design. It just looks terrific.
If you were called Billy Crudup, would you think you might have changed your name at some stage?
I don't know, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah,
it is Crudup. Yeah, it's like Arthur Crudup.
Is it?
Yeah, Arthur Crudup, the rock and roll star. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's just, you think.
Okay, you're saying this to a bloke called Kermode.
Yeah, but that...
Who actually did change his name to Kermode, having been called Fairy.
Yes,
so,
but but that hasn't got the word crud in it.
There are many, many worse names.
Anyway, I'm just thinking.
Mayonnaise.
Stuart says, Dear Perfect Fourth.
Incidentally,
Perfect
he's
Fifth.
doing fine with that name.
He is, absolutely.
So,
memorably. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos, because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
Why wouldn't you?
I would. I have done.
Excellent.